So in a couple of weeks, we are going to see Survivor Series WarGames. And we already know who are going to be the participant. We have the OG Bloodline, Roman Reigns and the Usos and Sami Zayn against Solo Sikoa with Jacob Fatu and the Gorillas of Destiny. I still call them the Gorillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa. Plus, they just added Bronson Reed. We're going to be talking about that and why did WWE win that route. Also, Jon Moxley talked about why there's been a hard recess on AEW. We're going to be talking about that and why I think this is one of the reasons why the TV rating has been hit hard. We're going to be talking about that and much more on the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. Welcome to another episode of the Chokeslam Wrestling Report, episode 219, and we are here to talk about the Survivor Series WarGames. Now, in the last couple of weeks, with the exception of last week that I took time off, we've been talking about who's going to be the fifth member of the OG Bloodline versus the Solo Sikoa's Bloodline, which I call it version 2. Okay, and everybody's been talking. There was rumors going around saying that first, they say it's going to be I'm sorry. Cody Rhodes is going to team up with Roman Reigns, OG, and then I'm like, who the hell is going to join the Solo Sikoa's team? So the only thing that came into my head was Hikuleo. Now, Hikuleo supposedly has been signed already by WWE since, I believe, in June, when he left New Japan Pro Wrestling. In case you don't know who Hikuleo is, that's the baby brother of Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, who's like a 7-footer and whatnot. I don't know if they're preparing him to show up at the WarGames, but that was my theory. I mean, at first I said to myself, how is the fifth member gonna, affect the whole wrestling card, whatever? At first I said to myself, well, it can't be Cody Rhodes. I said it could be Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes had a problem with the bloodline. So Sikoa's bloodline after Roman Reigns' absence. And he did team up with Roman Reigns, but his action has led to Kevin Owens turning on Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, which he power drive last week. And now it looks like we're going to have Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and Kevin Owens going at it at Survivor Series. It looks like Randy Orton is in the shelf again, according to the storyline. So Cody Rhodes out of the equation. He's not going to be part of the WarGames. I mean, he was last year. Why would he do it again? Even though his father did a couple of times, plenty of times in his days. So that leads me to believe, okay, who's going to be the fifth member who's going to join the OG Bloodline, which is Roman Reigns' group? Now, we saw Sami Zayn join the Usos and Roman Reigns a couple of weeks ago and bringing back the original Bloodline, but they've been getting pounded almost every week by Solo Sikoa's team. And SmackDown was no different. Okay, they went and they added Bronson Reed to Solo Sikoa's team. Now, I want to go back to that and say, well, why in the world they did that? Well, if you saw Monday Night Raw, you remember Sami Zayn approaching Seth Rollins about being the fifth member for Roman Reigns. Okay. And also we saw Solo Sikoa doing the same thing, asking him if he wants to join his team. Now, when I saw that, I was like, why would they even go that route? Why would they be putting Seth Rollins involved in that unless Bronson Reed is going to be part of Solo Sikoa's team? Now, there was an article around roaming in the social media that Bronson Reed was going to join Solo Sikoa team. I was like, that don't make no damn sense. I said, if that's the case, then we got to put Seth Rollins with Roman Reigns. And it looks that's exactly what's going to happen. And I'm saying this because now my head is like, why will you add Seth Rollins to Roman Reigns' team and add Bronson Reed to Solo Sikoa's team? Can you get more people involved? Can you get Hikuleo? You could have done a 4-4 WarGame situation, but they screwed that up. And I'm going to tell you how they screwed that up when they did the 6-man tag at the Saudi Arabia show, the last pay-per-view they just had. And I said it. I was kind of stupid because the Crown Jewel show, you had a 6-man tag with members who are going to be part of the WarGames. And not only that, we also saw Solo Sikoa pin Roman Reigns. And I said it. I said, this doesn't make it's stupid. And Sami Zayn came in to help Roman Reigns and company when they got ambushed after the match. And here we are. Here we are where we're looking for a 5th member. And because WWE didn't prepare themselves, because it looked like this wasn't prepared. Who came up with this idea of having Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed involved in the Bloodline match? Please tell me, somebody explain this one to me. Okay? Because this does not make no sense. Bronson Reed being part of the Solo Sikoa's Bloodline. I mean, he did win a line and say, well, I said that any opportunity that comes up, I'm going to take it. But you're going to add him into the WarGames? Why? Why? And nobody can tell me that this makes any sense, because it doesn't. You already have, first of all, you already have Hikuleo signed. Why has not this man has even debuted yet? And I don't want to hear, oh, he can't wrestle. And this is WWE has a bad habit that grabs this talent and now they want them to wrestle their way instead of letting them wrestle the way they usually do outside. And I don't want to hear about, oh, it's about promos. And all. This has been the problem with pro wrestling. Everything's got to be about promos. Everything's got to be talk for 15 minutes and more talking than wrestling. No. Again, why are we having a situation, a match between two rivalry teams that has to do with the whole bloodline, but you want to add Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed? Now, Seth Rollins has not been announced as he's going to join Roman Reigns, but come on. A brainiac will know this. I mean, even a 3-year-old will know this, that if you put Bronson Reed into the mix, Seth Rollins is going to be involved in that. And the only thing I could think of, if you guys, and this might be a little stupid to me, though. If, let's say, being there's Bronson Reed, they call him Bronzilla, somehow him and Seth Rollins end up wrestling outside the ring. They come out the gates. The door's left open, and out of nowhere, here comes Hikuleo and chokeslams, I don't know, Roman Reigns, or, chokes on one of the guys and gets the victory to Solo Sikoa's team. That's the only way I can see this happening. Am I wrong? I mean, to me, it makes more sense. You know what I'm saying? This civil war right now has just pulled in people that don't even belong in this civil war. It's crazy. It's retarded. It doesn't make any sense. Where Triple H and his writing team is going with this, I don't know. So what makes it interesting now was that we saw Roman Reigns trying to get in contact with the wise man, Paul Heyman, and his phone is disconnected. I still say it. I'm going to call it right now that Paul Heyman is going to turn on Roman Reigns. I see it happening. I don't know when, how, but I see it happening. Because it's like everything coming back to Roman Reigns for what he did when he was the tribal chief and he had the world title. Everything that he has done is coming back to haunt him. Don't get me wrong. This is one of the best storylines in WWE right now. Everything else doesn't really matter, but this is like the top topic. So, so moving along, let's talk about AEW. Now, AEW, if anybody has noticed, they had done a hard reset. Now, and I said this weeks ago. I didn't say it in my podcast, but I kept asking myself, why is the show so bad? What's going on? And it's not like I sit there and I say to myself, well, the show is great. No, you could see it. It's bad. I mean, sometimes I don't even watch the whole show. I go to sleep because it's just that bad. This week, a little better. You know what I'm saying? A little better. I mean, they only got this Wednesday coming up. There'll be the, go home show before Full Gear. But if you notice the hard reset, they're using now all the guys that they have had for the last 5 years. Okay. And I was wondering, and then a report came out. New York Post had a interview with Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley in that interview said, and I'm just going to bring up only the part that he said that makes a lot of sense of why he turned heel, why AEW decided to do the hard reset. And it was because Jon Moxley overheard on the back either anybody who was in creative, whatever, who it was, who said, oh, you don't have to worry about having storylines ready and promos ready for these younger guys because they're in the lower card. Jon Moxley heard that, got pissed off, and told the person, you know what? You should get fired for doing this, for even saying that. Because he said, you know what? All these guys deserve opportunities to get better. And this probably been the problem for the long time. Whoever this person was and whatnot probably is kissing ass to Tony Khan and made Tony Khan one of Tony Khan's friends or whatever. And this is why we're seeing what we're seeing. All of a sudden now, we seen Private Party became AEW Tag Team Champions after them being there 5 years. You know what I'm saying? The only one that I noticed that's been there for 5 years that has been pushed is Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin and Jack Perry and Daniel Garcia. Those are only 4. The rest of the guys who've been there for years, the top flights, the Leo Rush, all these guys, no one, Tony Khan was not pushing them like the way they were supposed to be pushed. Tony Khan, in the 5 years that I seen this going on, he got happy of just grabbing WWE wrestlers and bringing them in, putting all the storyline on them and whatnot. And, then he grabbed another new guy and now he's pushing that person. And meanwhile, the younger talent of the day one, group that's been there, the younger talent wasn't being pushed. 5 years. Now, you ask yourself why AEW TV rating has been very horrible. They hit like 500,000 last week, was because no one cares about these guys who you pushing now. You have 5 years to actually make them relevant, and you didn't. 5 years they were there, they wrestled, they got squashed by the main guys and whatever, and now you want to push it, now you want to make them relevant. Listen, when it comes to these wrestling fans today, they will definitely give up very quickly. They're all about now, and let's get it done now. Oh, I don't want to wait. I mean, and in a way, you're losing fans. You're losing fans. Why do you even have AEW Rampage? Nobody watches that. Collision, is losing its touch. Even though they're using now most of the storyline, and then you got the Jon Moxley in there helping with the younger time, the Jay Whites, that. But if you really think about it, Jay White has been there. They haven't done really nothing with him. They had a big storyline going on with him and MJF. That went down the toilet. That didn't really get him nowhere. Then you got Okada still walking around with that Continental Championship. They really ain't pushing Okada like it's supposed to be pushed. And whatnot. Kenny Omega is supposed to be coming back, but he ain't coming back no time soon before the years, and then he's going to Japan first to do God knows what. You know what I'm saying? He's about to have a feud with Gabriel Kidd, and him and Gabriel Kidd went at it at the power struggles and behind the scenes that Gabriel Kidd got suspended by Hiroshi Tanahashi in Japan. So The Will Ospreay situation, I think that's one of the best storylines they have. I'm glad that this week Adam Cole lost to Kessler, because I do not want to see Adam Cole with MJF. Okay, I don't. So now you get him out of that stupid storyline where he's no longer going after MJF. Now he's gonna go after Takeshita. Now it looks like Adam Cole is gonna have some type of feud with Don Callis family. It looks like the Kingdom is gonna have a feud with Don Callis. If you think about it, you've been wasting your time with the Undisputed Kingdom for the past year. You ain't done nothing with it. They haven't done nothing with them. Adam Cole was hurt for months, and the Kingdom was just a group of guys. The only guy who got really pushed was Roderick Strong. The Taven and Bennett were walking around with the Ring of Honor's tag team belts for months. Nobody cares about the Ring of Honor the belts. Actually, nobody cares about the Ring of Honor promotion. I do care. I love Ring of Honor. I'm not going to stand here and be like, oh, I don't care. I do. And I hope they get their TV deal they're supposed to be getting. You know what I'm saying? But this is the reason why, because of that comment that person behind the scene did, is the reason why Jon Moxley turned heel. And by him turning heel, they had to do the AEW hard reset. And now, because they had to do the AEW hard reset, it's too late. The damage is done. Because now they went as low. The worst viewing they have had is 300,000, something like that. That's the worst. And then recently did it again. 500 something. Okay. They actually beat NXT this week, but who cares? Because at the TV ratings that now they're saying that Tony Khan now is more focused on the brand because he's not going after WWE. You can't. You won't be able to go after WWE because now WWE is too big. Okay, and now they're moving to Netflix, which makes no. I mean, and I hope that they don't deal with what happened with this Mike Tyson and Jay Logan match where the Netflix kept going off and lagging and all that, because that's not going to be good for WWE or for Netflix actually, because they could just find a way to debt that contract that they have with Netflix. You know what I'm saying? But now now you want to concentrate on AEW, Tony. It's too late. It's too late. Now you got to go and pick up all those pieces and push. You did the hard reset. Let's see where it goes. It looks like you got the Hurt Syndicate where Bobby Lashley, MVP, and Shelton Benjamin. They look like they're trying to pick every little pieces here and there. I can see the Acclaim breaking up. I see Top Flight breaking up. I see who else? So a couple other people that I feel like they're going to turn to each other. You know what I'm saying? The Bang Bang Gang, the Bullet Club Gold, what happened to those guys? The Bullet Club Gold should have been pushed from here to heaven. And I'm saying it because I'm Bullet Club Mark. That's the West. And if Tony Khan would have been smart, he would have brought the Bullet Club War Dog to AEW and do some type of, some type of what's the word I'm trying to get here? Invasion. And then Bullet Club Gold versus Bullet Club War Dog would have been perfect. But I don't know what Tony Khan is doing. It makes no sense. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, let me know what you think about this. You know what I'm saying? Leave me your comments in the bottom. I mean, do you think the AEW is going to get back to their feet after this hard reset? First of all, let me know what you think about this whole Survivor Series WarGame with the Bloodline now, including Seth Rollins. We all know Seth Rollins is going to be in it. Pretty much WWE just gave us. They're not predictable. They're not unpredictable. That's what I mean. They're not unpredictable because right now, by you adding Bronson Reed into the Bloodline storyline, Seth Rollins is going to join. It's going to be a Sting Super Sting. Oh, they're not going to get along, blah, blah. They don't trust each other. You know what I'm saying? They run the same stupid stories over and over again, But let me know what you think. Leave me your comments on, leave me your thoughts on the comments and whatnot. First of all, join my channel, on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel. and whatnot. As you can see right there, you can also join my social media outlet platforms, Facebook, Instagram, the X. And again, subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out my other contents I have there. I got a lot, guys, a whole bunch of them. Also, don't forget that we have a podcast store. We got t-shirts, hats, hoodies. Go to tcwr.veryimpressive.com. Again, that's tcwr.veryimpressive.com. And you can see the hoodies, the hats, the t-shirts that we got on the website. And you go get yourself one. Christmas is coming around the corner, and get one to your loved ones. And again, you can also check me out on Twitter. You can also check me out, which is X. Also, you can check me out on TikTok for little, small little videos that I do here as far as the clips. And then you follow me there from there. Also, I'm part of the Jonas Podcast Network, along with Mr. John Scott from England. Shout out to United Kingdom. They showed me support and love. Shout out to India. They show me love always, and continue supporting the Chokeslam Wrestling Report with that, guys. Again, let me know what you think about all this craziness and whatnot, and let me know what you think. So for that, I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.